Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Z James. This is Z32 Workshop, and this sitting behind me is my 1993 Nissan 300ZX convertible. Autocross car, weekend fun car. Let's see where we're at. This is a how-to video, which is like the 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th in the series. I'm not sure exactly where we're at on count for videos. Doing the front suspension, more specifically the front shocks. All my suspension has been already, well, I'll say all, most of my suspension in the front has been replaced with upgraded units and everything like that. We're going to be taking the shocks out of the car today and then hopefully replacing them and rebuilding the new ones, which are Koni Yellow Sports, which are adjustable, and that should be about it. And putting them back in and hopefully put everything down. Hopefully should not be as difficult as the rears in this car. I'm crossing my fingers here. So that's what this video is going to be. Tools going to be used, probably a 19mm, 14mm sockets, wrenches, break stuff apart with spring compressor to get the springs, shocks apart, because I think there's a couple of bits I have to reuse in this, because I can't just build them together and then pull one out, put one in. That I need to set my fronts to the same rebound setting, which I'm going to go soft. So that's going to take a while. I'll do that off camera. Or if I do, it's all hyper time. It's just a lot of fiddling with the shocks to get them to the exact same rate, doing the adjustments on them. I think that should be about it, what we're gonna do. Let me take you to the car here. I got the car already jacked up, as you can see. The things you're gonna need to loosen up are these bolts right here, this guy and that guy, or sorry, nuts. As you can see, this rubber seal, gosh darn it, I am not showing that very well to you guys. This gasket didn't stay in place. Must be something factory like that, because the other side had that. Driver's side's gonna be a little bit, I won't say hairier, it's just a little more complex because I got fuel lines in the way. And yes, I do have a sensor, so I know what my fuel pressure is. And as you can see, that gasket right there, still popping out. That's OEM. Both those nuts need to come off. Let's see here, what else do I need to show you? Let's see here. Let's pull this out of the way. Get a little lighting in here. All right. Once you do that, drop down. You need to take this nut off right here, which is part of the ABS. This line right here that I'm highlighting with the flashlight actually is for your ABS control sensor, ABS sensor. The other line here is your brake line. What have I done so far in the car? I have got Z1, let's see here, these would be front tension rod streets with polyurethane bushings and adjustable upper control arms with polyurethane bushings. I like them. Lots of people like to rag on Z1. I am not one of those guys. I really haven't had much issues with them other than a parts delay, and I think that was their supplier. Other than that, the components have been pretty well. I am a little concerned. Now that I'm seeing it, I think this thing has backed itself off a little bit for the adjustment, because that should be lined up with that. So it's like an eighth of a turn out of whack. I am not going to adjust that because I'm going to get that to the alignment shop when I do this. So basically, once you do those two, you got to take this plastic cap off this guy, and she pops out. Oh, I also have Nismo lower control arms put in. So like I said, and a still in sway bar. So, like I said earlier, lots already performance upgrades on this. Stop Tech rotors and Stop Tech sport pads, slotted rotors and pads. And then infamous Z splash guard for intercooler splash guard, which I don't have intercoolers yet, but I'm going to. Mine's seen some damage just because of rough life. As you can see in the front bumper, I've taken some cone hits doing autocross, and it has flexed this bumper, or this, and it pops this and warped it a little bit. So, well, that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna start there, take this off, work on that, and then get the last two will be the bolts up top, and then wiggle it out. So let's get this on hyperspeed. So 3, 2, 1, woo, woo. time warp done. I know you didn't see me take that shock apart because I didn't take it all the way apart, everybody. Because I realized I didn't need to, and that was after many, I won't say hours, but me screwing around trying to take it apart thinking I needed something off it, but I don't. If you look at the way the shock's supposed to be put together, you don't need anything from there. In fact, I'm going to go to the Koni's, what I'm trying to put together right now, and I'll make a separate video for this. Here, let me get this set up so you guys can see it. The camera facing me is, all I need to put on this is the, well, I can actually take you off. The Koni's, they're adjustable up on top, unlike the rears, so you can adjust them in-car and where we're at. All you need to do is put the plate on here for the spring perch. This is the bump stock for the shock. Get it down in the spot, put down the boot, and what's left is actually, get these parts, and mind you, this is all brand new stuff, so I didn't realize the shocks, everything I had ordered, I didn't need to reuse anything, unlike the rears. Oh, where was I at here before I got interrupted here? Basically, the new stuff I bought, I didn't need to worry about because I have everything. Now, granted, the spring's not in here, but what you would do is put the spring in, this sits on top of it, the isolator, which is brand new, sits on top of it, and then the shock itself comes with a split key, and then a lock nut, or nut. And that's how I would get all this on. I need to put the shock in here, it's the spring in here itself, which is the Eibach stuff that I bought. I'm saying it, Eibach, Eibach. I'm saying it's probably Eibach. I'm saying it wrong. And then this one just slides up and then eventually attaches to this on the bottom side, so it's its own thing. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. The used stuff I don't need. So I'm gonna type warp this stuff together, and then maybe I'll make a video on how to build the shock for this. And all the part numbers I'll have them all in the description below. I want to get this done, put together, because I got to get the other one out and get it into the car. And hopefully now that I know I don't need to, I just need to take it out and put one together, we can get this done right away. So yeah, pretty easy at that point. So time warp coming up, everybody. So 3, 2, 1, time warp. Off time warp, everybody. Just wanted to show you the finished product here. Whoops, sorry about that, everybody. Here's the finished product. I did off camera and you didn't see it, but this the inside here, which is the dust boot, you need to put it on to the upper mount. You can do that off. I did it off camera because I didn't realize I needed to do it, because I thought I could put it in and to do it inside. Can't. You have to do it on side to add it to the mount and then slip it in. So I actually had to undo everything, redo it again, and then retorque it down. And then also the Koni's came shipped with these threads protected. They had white duct tape on them. I had to cut that off. I have this, not quite the torque spec. I'll do that while it's in car. And that's it. This is the Koni shock. This is the first one. Or sorry, first of the fronts. And all the part numbers I'll list online. Like this guy is an Eibach, which is a 160273, and it looks like it's a 5320.001, which I'm assuming means the front on this. So everything here is new. Everything is new except for you do need to use this plate, which is not, it's sandwiched between it and the body, and it goes in like this. like this. And then there is a gasket. I got an OEM one right here. That is, like I said, I'll put the part number down below. It is 54329-33P00 right here. Like I said, I'll list all the parts I use in below in descriptions from where I got them. What we're gonna do now is put this in the car. Sorry, hopefully you can see this well enough. Put this in the car and get it in. The only issue I'm gonna have is getting this to compress slightly to get the shock up so I can get it onto the mount. And once I do that, I'll put the torque specs and torque this down, torque top down, and start on the other side. Like I said, I'm probably gonna do this in one big long video because I just need to get it done and get it over with and stop making these small videos for you guys, which are good for me, but I need to be done with this project so I can be driving the car because it's going in alignment, which is in the past for you guys, but the future for me, because this video is coming out later than what I'm at. Does that make sense to everybody, except for me? All right, never mind. Anyway, let's do this, so we'll go back to time warp. So 3, 2, 1, time warp. Off time warp. That was harder than it needed to be. Got everything into the car. The bottom of the mount didn't want to go in. I'm going to show you the trick that I used. I was trying to do it on a camera there for you, and then I had to take it off because I was trying to make sure things weren't right, see what was going on. Just quantify and verify things. Torque spec, bottom nut on the shock is 80 foot-pounds. I'll put that in the description below as well for putting that on. I took off this, taking it out, I didn't realize I could do it. But putting it in, I found it easier to take off the clips that hold the brake line. I pulled them out, cleaned them up, put them back in, obviously after everything is on. But there's a big issue that I need to resolve before I can put everything back together. Let me take you down here. It is this guy right here. I can't, yes, there's a hole here. I do not have a nut, bolt and nut to go through that, to hold that. The shock, the factory shocks, have a nut that's welded onto this. The Konis do not. So that is going to cause me a slight problem to deal with. And then I got to put the cover back onto here. The fronts up here, I ugga-dugged them. I can get them tighter. I'm just not going to yet per se because I want to do the tops at the same time. Here's the adjustment knob for the Konis in the fronts. These are really nice. As you can see, this way for stiffer, this way for softer, and that is 100%, and then like a 1/16 of a turn back so you don't jam up the valve in the bottom. That is per Koni's website and per Koni's instructions. So this knob right here is going to sit in the car because I need it if I ever want to adjust the fronts on anything. In fact, now that I see this, I am silly. You know what? Guess what Koni provides you in your stuff? I totally forgot. Little nut and washer, or a little nut and bolt that should be able to put that on. So the passenger side's on. That's gonna do it for this video. Next video, I'm gonna yank. I'm just gonna hyper times it and just do the whole side and be done with it. In fact, I'll probably do all of it hyper lapse and be done. So anyway, that's this video. So hopefully you guys are finding this. Oh shoot, I forgot to tell you the thing that was really important. To get this shock on, I had to beat this thing on, and I don't know if you saw me doing it, but the answer I ended up getting pry bar wedge here in the frame, and just wiggle as much as possible, and then I hit it with a dead blow on the bottom to hammer it. So pry there, dead blow hammer here on the bottom to make it go through. That was a big trick on that. That's what took me a little longer than I wanted to, and all the various other stuff. So the next video, yeah. Anyway, that's this video. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you guys are finding this stuff helpful and informative and useful on your projects. That's that side. Next project's going to be the driver's side, and then get the car to the alignment shop because the car should be, well, first test run it a little bit, drive it, because it needs to settle the suspension down. That should happen because it's a 30-mile drive to my alignment guy. So hopefully everything's within quality of specs for the most part. The fronts are still going to be fine, just a little bit lower, so it shouldn't mess with it too bad. Like I said, I need 2.5 degrees. I'm thinking I'm going to go 3 degrees negative camber up front. Rears, I am doing 1, maybe 1.25. I don't know if that's wise to do that any more than that. And then just factory settings for the rear on that. Sway bar, let's see, how do I get the sway bar set up? The fronts are set to, let me see here. They are set to stiff. Full stiff up front, 2 adjustments up front, 3 adjustments in rear. Rears are in medium setting in the middle. I had them on the softest setting beforehand. I'm going to stiffen them up quite a bit. Hopefully that doesn't pick up the rear tire too much for anything else. So, and then the Konis are all set to soft because I can always harden up the fronts if I want to. Rears will be drastically more difficult to do on the fly because I can't do it on the fly. But they should be better in that aspect because they're going to be not as cruddy and worn out. So anyway, that's it for this video. I know I'm dragging on. I'm sorry. All right, so catch you guys later. My name's E. James. This is E32 Workshop, and I hope to see you in the next video or on your project's endeavors. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Bye.